What's up, YouTube? Derbador Weldor here, coming at you with another video. So today I'm going to be doing a brief overview of a quick project. You can see this plate here for this cardboard compactor is completely screwed, all sorts of messed up in every single way. So they called me out there because they need it done or put back together. So I basically patched this thing back together the first day. And then I had to sit down with the owner and was like, hey, we really need to make a brand new plate from the ground up to put on this thing, because what I have right there, it isn't going to last very long. It's just patched together. There's really nothing else that can be done except patching it. It's just a Band-Aid. You can see we got our crane for 350 running. So he agreed we'll make a new plate. So that's what we did. There's our plate. I got some lift eyes welded to it. Made the lift eyes on the CNC plasma table. Used a crane on the 350, which has been an awesome asset. Used it to load it on the trailer. And then we turned around and we used it to load it into the back of their place, because good Lord, I was not hauling that thing in through a little tiny grocery store on a hand truck. I don't think the aisles were wider than that plate is. So you can see, the gem hole crane, just a simple crane like that can save you so much headache. Something simple, guys. It doesn't take a lot of money or time to build. Just got to take the time and money to build it, and it'll save you so much in the long run. So we held the gate open with a couple clamps and a ratchet strap, and we used a couple chain falls to hold the framework together so we could cut out the old plate. Cleaned up the framework, and you'll see here this plate is completely garbage. That's what it was like when we cut it out. There's no saving that plate. So we got our new plate in there, and the chain falls attached to it right there. We stuck a couple pieces of stock material across the top there. Stuck our two chain falls to it so we could easily lift it in and out, because it's not something you're going to manhandle. It had to be about 400 or 500 pounds easy. Got it in place, centered up, welded. And there you go. There's the finished product, all nice and flat. Now, guys, to be honest, that little brief overview made it look really easy. And I'm going to be honest, it was not very easy. In fact, what actually happened was that whole tower, because it had been broken for so long and they had been messing with it for so long, the whole tower that cardboard compactor was in was out of square. And we had made a perfectly square plate. So we had to wind up pulling that plate out and putting it back in, and pulling it out and put it back in 2 or 3 times. We actually had to trim corners off the plate. So by the time it was said and done, we had corners cut out of the plate in different areas so it would actually fit, because that whole tower, instead of being straight anymore, was like going up and doing a twisting thing. It was about a good inch out of square. And you didn't realize it until you put the new square plate in there and started running it up and down. It was all sorts of screwed up. So that makes it look easy. And very first view, it looks, oh yeah, it's a perfectly brand new square plate. When it was all said and done and we had to go in there and adjust everything, it was no longer a perfectly square plate. In fact, we cut out about a 1-inch strip halfway down one side of it. So now the plate, instead of being, square, it goes along and does that right there on the side. But that's the only way it's going to fit back in without a whole new cardboard compactor. And that's the reality of this kind of work, all right? That's just how it rolls. You just have to roll with it. You just have to go, all right, we're going to cut that out, trim it, grind it, clean it up. Got to make it work. There's nothing you can do about it. You go in there with the best of intention to try and do the best job you can. And sometimes that's just how it rolls, all right? I just want to be completely honest about that, because it looked very easy, but it was not very easy. We spent a good 9 hours out there doing that. That doesn't include, we drove an hour out there. Well, basically about an hour and a half out there and an hour and a half back. And we spent an hour and a half fabricating the plate. So that's a big job. Other welders don't want to touch that kind of work, and that's why I do that kind of work. Because the other guy don't want to do it. It's hard, it's messy, there's cardboard everywhere, there's hydraulic oil everywhere, we're catching all the hydraulic oil on fire. That's why I carry those little disposable fire extinguishers, because you're catching cardboard on fire, catching hydraulic oil on fire everywhere, and it's this awful cardboard and hydraulic oil paste everywhere. Oh, it's terrible, and there's smoke and everything, so I had to have a fan to blow all the smoke out of the store. So things like that. That's just the absolute honest truth. And when I was done, I was covered. I've just covered in smoke, soot, and everything. So it's a hard job, and you charge for it. I charged him for 11 hours for that job, plus the fuel to go out there and back. And it's about $1,300-ish, and then in labor, and then about $600 in parts. That's what I charge for that job. No one else wants to do it, and that's why no one else wants to do it, because it's a really hard job. It cost them almost $2,000, but that's the reality of those kind of jobs, all right? Someone's got to do it, I'll do it, and I charge for it, all right? And it's not gonna, jobs like that, they're never really gonna turn out exactly perfect. You just kind of got to roll with what you got, all right? But thank you guys for watching. Like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe, and y'all have a fantastic day.